What's up, guys? This is Chris here from East Coast PC, and welcome back to the channel. Boy, do we have some exciting news this afternoon. NVIDIA has decided to cancel the RTX 4080 12 gig, aka the fake 4080. We're going to talk about their decision to cancel this GPU and what it could possibly mean for the rest of the product stack. Before we get started, if there's anybody who is not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment, do all that good YouTube stuff. We appreciate each and every one of y'all so much. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright guys, so hopefully a lot of you watched our RTX 4000 price scan video, and if you did, you will know me and the rest of us here at East Coast PC were very disgusted about NVIDIA's decision to launch this card at $899 for one, and number two, to call it the 4080 12 gig when it clearly should not be called a 4080. There's a massive performance difference between the true 4080, which is called the 4080 16 gig, and the now canceled 4080 12 gig. So at the very least, we are so glad to see that card canceled. I'm going to read you a statement here from NVIDIA that we're getting off of videocars.com here. They have stated it as unlaunching the 12 gig 4080. Unlaunching, they say. The RTX 4080 12 gig is a fantastic graphics card, but it is not named right. Having two GPUs with the 4080 designation is confusing. So we're pressing the unlaunch button on the 4080 12 gig. The RTX 4080 16 gig is amazing and is on track to delight gamers everywhere on November 16th. If the lines around the block and enthusiasm for the 4090 is any indication, the reception for the 4080 will be awesome. NVIDIA cancels RTX 4080 12 gig. Yes, so that is the statement NVIDIA put out. And like I said, we are extremely happy that they canceled this card. It was complete bullcrap that they were trying to get away with charging $899 for this card and calling it a 4080 12 gig, which really, if they would have went forward with this, I'm so glad the community stood up. All of the YouTubers, concrete creators, people in the comments, so many people were upset about this, and I'm so glad everybody came together and got NVIDIA to cancel this card, because trust me, if everybody had not pulled together and talked so much crap about them for doing this, there is absolutely no way they would have canceled this card. Now, here's where the other question comes in. What happens next? What happens after the 4080 16 gig? Because one thing I do want to state, that card is not going to be a great value. It's really hard to tell. I was thinking that card was going to be about 30% faster than the 3090 Ti, but that does not look like the case. It looks more like 15 to 20% faster, but it's really too hard to tell. We can't take anything from the numbers I just said, really. We're going to have to wait for more benchmarks. This is really a card that I think is going to, because of the smaller memory bus, there's just so many different variations of this card competing with cards like the 3090 Ti from last generation. So we're going to have to wait further along launch to see what this card can really do. But it's still not a good value at $1,199. I don't want to make it sound like that the 4080 12 gig was the only bad card in the product stack. The true 4080, if that card was priced at like $999, I would be. I'm not saying that it should be priced that high by any means, but it would seem a lot more reasonable, especially if they launched something good like the 4070 for a good price. You know, people, the 80 series cards have been going up and going up and going up in price. However, last generation, the RTX 3080 was an excellent value, and I think they could have very well launched, even with the rise in cost of manufacturing cost, the rise in pricing of manufacturing cost, and everything else that's going on in the world right now due to the lingering issues of the COVID-19 pandemic, and also all the other supply chain issues. The economy's not doing good, especially here in the U.S. So there's just so many factors going on right now. But I still think they could have launched the true RTX 4080, the RTX 4080 16 gig for $899 and made a great profit off of it. But instead, they wanted to charge us $1,199. And like I said, even if it was $1,000, that still wouldn't be great. But now that that part's out of the way, we're just going to have to wait and see for that card. So now that the RTX 4080 12 gig is canceled, what happens next? Well, I'm pretty sure after the RTX 4080 16 gig launches on November the 16th, I'm pretty sure what will happen is they'll ride the RTX 4090 and the 4080 out for just a little while, and then they're going to start gearing up to launch a RTX 4070. And I don't know exactly what the performance, I don't know exactly if, I'm pretty sure they're not going to use this exact same card. What they will probably do is they will probably cut this die down just a little bit. Let's say 7,400 something CUDA cores, a little bit smaller than what they were calling the RTX 4080 12 gig, and they will hopefully still give it 12 gigs of RAM, and hopefully it'll be at a decent price, because $899 for that card is just not going to cut it. And I hope if they do still try to launch it anywhere near that price point, I hope absolutely nobody buys it. Like I said, we are so glad that the community stood up about this. It was really disgusting what was going on with it, and I want to be very clear. I am in support of free market capitalism. You know, if you can get somebody, if there's demand for the product and people will pay it, then I think you should be able to charge whatever you want, as long as you're doing business the right way, and if people are willing to pay it, people are willing to pay it. But with that being said, that $899 for that card and calling it a 4080 12 gig both of those things are just disgusting. So we're so glad that's over with. Now, like I said, we're going to have to wait a little bit later on to find out what is going to replace that card. Your guess is as good as mine. I think we'll probably see something like we just talked about. But anyway, guys, the good news today is the 4080 12 gig, aka the fake 4080, has been canceled, and we are so thankful to see that. Alright guys, that's going to about wrap this video up. Thank each and every one of y'all for watching. If there's anybody who is not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment, do all that good YouTube stuff. We appreciate each and every one of y'all so much, and we will see y'all soon. Thank you.